I think mine is just go for it. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work out and you learn a lot. Like, regardless, nothing is going to happen that's going to be that detrimental to where it's not worth the experience. Even just getting a little taste of entrepreneurship is the coolest thing ever. And it's so worth it to just try out at least once in your life. As I had my incubator business that didn't succeed, like Faye said, that was just a great learning experience. I got to go through the process, which is just half the battle is knowing what to do next and like how to do it. And the other thing would be it's really great having a partner, someone to talk to, bounce off of each other, and like learn how to mediate and talk to each other and just like outside validation of your ideas a little bit from one person. Exactly, yeah.
Hey guys, it's Nancy, and welcome to the She Laughs podcast. Sit down with me while I chat and get personal with some insanely cool women as they share their smarts and their hearts. God gave us each unique gifts, and we got to use them. Inside each one of us is a cool girl. So buckle up. Let's get vulnerable. Let's get real, and let's laugh. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the She Laughs podcast. And today I'm so excited to introduce to y'all our youngest guests so far that are crazy impressive. I just am so excited they're here because they've done so much in such a little time they've been here on this planet. And I think it will really be inspiring for all of us to hear their story. So today we have Faye and Ivory from the Flower Street Cookie Company. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, so glad you're here. And so everybody knows, I had the pleasure of meeting both of these young ladies. It was at a cocktail event for the Texas Business Hall of Fame. And I was just so impressed with them and their product, which, if you can't guess by the name Flower Street Cookie Company, are these amazing, creative, and delicious cookies that they have created. But it's much more than just, baking for their high school football team. They've really taken this to next level. And so I'm excited to have them here today to tell us all a little bit about it. So welcome. And I'd love for one of y'all to tell us, how'd you get this idea to start an actual company and to start baking these amazing cookies and putting them out there to earn revenue? And it's actually a business now. But before we get there to the success of it, I'd love to hear how you started.
So we're actually neighbors. And so we grew up going to each other's houses. And one of our favorite activities was baking. And we'd always have like bake sales, lemonade stands, and like try our luck finding new, I have the American Girl doll cookbooks. And so we'd be trying out those. And
eventually, y'all been baking since you were little as neighbors. Oh,
yeah,
that is so fun. Does either one of your moms bake or dads or?
Yes, my mom's an amazing baker, but she's not as good at decorating. That's not her strong suit. So we've kind of been able to develop that on our own.
My dad's a really great cook. My mom loves people to cook for her.
I'm with your mom on that one. Okay, so y'all grew up neighbors, and you had the American Doll cookbook, which is adorable. And how did you know we're on to something here? Because these cookies are just amazing how you've decorated them and how you find you're able to replicate a logo or really take a theme of a holiday or a graduation or whatever it is and really run with it and make them look like art, but taste amazing, which a lot of these taste like cardboard, right? They look great, but it'd be just like me gnawing on that picture behind me is how it tastes. And so how did y'all decide, okay, we're on to something here. We need to monetize this.
Yes. So we kind of were able to realize, so both of us love art. We both have done art for forever also. That was another big activity we did growing up together. So we kind of realized that we'd be able to combine those passions for baking and art to create the products that we make today. And then we kind of realized that a lot of bakeries have it backwards where they're making their orders 6 days ahead of time, and it's just causing their cookies to become stale and cardboard tasting. So we just realized that if we are able to manage our time and make our cookies day of, it improves the flavor so much. And just, yeah, we kind of.
Okay, well, you hit on a good point. So for other young people and even older ladies like myself who are listening and just feel like I would love to do whatever their gift is, right? Like, and you'll really walk the walk as far as what our mission is here at She Laughs. It's to use the gifts that God has given you and to step out, don't be afraid, and do it, right? So how did y'all look at each other and go, okay, let's try to monetize this? Did you have a parent step in? Were you in a program at school? Because when I was your age, I was babysitting and teaching swim lessons. I could never have thought I want to make this more than, like you said, a neighborhood bake sale, right? So how did y'all do that?
Honest, you go ahead.
We were gonna do another neighborhood bake sale, and we were like, well, how do we know if everybody's gonna buy it? Because we'd always have stuff left over. So then we decided to make an Instagram, and we were like, we'll just take order by order. If someone calls us up and wants cookies, we're gonna make it for them so we don't have extra and we can manage it better. So we walked over to the local grocery store with all the money we had together, which was like $40. $40. And we bought stuff to make cookies, and we posted them on our Instagram, and then we went door to door around our neighborhood, handing out cookies and explaining what we were trying to do.
Yeah. We just knocked on doors for 5 streets, probably 2 hours of just delivering cookies to people. We got our first order, and then just it kind of took off from there.
Yeah.
So you think, okay, because I love this because, everybody wants the view at the top of the mountain, but nobody wants the climb, right? And so y'all really had to climb. I mean, you're knocking on doors, you're pooling your money, you're walking to the store, you're posting on Instagram. And I mean, it's not just easy peasy, right? So kind of
Definitely.
speak to that. Maybe some of the challenges starting out that you found that you might not have anticipated that
Yeah.
y'all.
I think honestly the biggest thing is the time. We didn't realize how much time, especially as we've gotten to do more detailed cookies. It takes hours and hours to do certain orders, and just being students and athletes and having so much on our plate, it's a lot to have to get all of our orders in and put all that time in. We can't deliver an order late because people are depending on us for events that they've had planned for months. So it's not something that we can say we'll give it to you tomorrow a day late. We have to have it for them. So that's been a lot just to work out our time management, our communication skills. It's just taken a lot like that.
Another challenge.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Another challenge we faced right when we were starting out is we were both 15. Neither of us could drive. So it was constantly Mom, please come pick us up and take us to the grocery store. Or we have to drop off cookies.
Yeah.
I know it's 9. There was one time it was 2 in the morning. We were we kind of need more flour.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what y'all do at 2 a.m.? Did you wake up a parent or what did you do? Did you DoorDash it? I mean, I don't
woke up a parent.
We woke up a parent, and for a while, my older brother was home from college, so he was able to drive us a little bit because he would be up later. But then when we got our license, it was a lot easier, but still, it's a lot when you realize at 11:30 that you need more flour and everywhere's closed except one store. It's
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, and y'all are, so you're students, you're studying, you're athletes. Tell me a little bit about, so people can get to know y'all a little bit. So you are in high school, you're seniors, right?
Yes.
And y'all will be graduating in 2026, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're going to school, you're studying. Tell me a little bit about, your extracurricular outside of baking cookies.
Yes. Okay, I'll go first. So I play basketball. I'm varsity basketball captain, and I'm a point guard. I also have done track before. I'm going to start it again this year, which I'm excited for. And then I'm in the business incubator program at Alamo Heights. So I have another business that I'm managing on the side. So that takes up a lot of my time. And then I do art. So I'm right now in Ceramics 3, and that's a big time commitment as well.
Wait, you're doing what with art?
I'm in Ceramics 3. So I've been taking mostly three-dimensional art classes. So yeah, Ceramics 3 this year, which is a lot of like pottery on the wheel and hand building.
Okay.
And then,
whoa. Okay. And tell me about Ivory, tell me about you.
okay, I'm also a student athlete, so I do track. I'm varsity track captain. So I run the short relays, like 100, 200, the 4x1, the 4x2, and then I also used to throw. But
You do what? You do what? I missed that.
I also used to throw, like discus and shot put.
Oh, throw. Okay. I didn't know that. We had zero. I went to your same high school, and
wow.
we didn't have any of this for girls.
Yeah. It's really cool having it now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So you have throw. You're doing that too.
Yeah. But I
Gosh.
don't do that as competitively anymore because everybody else got growth spurts and I didn't. So I don't have. But I also
Sorry.
am pretty involved in Latin for a while. I've gone to the Latin state competition 2 years in a row, and I think I placed second in state for something and then eighth in state last year. So, I mean, all around.
Okay. Like crazy overachieving. I mean, in all fields, and you're captains, and so y'all are leaders. And did this just come naturally to take the initiative based on your personalities? I mean, or were y'all sitting there one night and said, let's do this? Like, how did you know you were onto something? Because I'd like everybody to hear how much revenue you've generated since you've started.
Yeah, so revenue-wise, we've generated $20,000 net since we've started, just about. And we're on track to be able to double last year's sales this year, which is something super cool. We're excited for, yeah. And as far as starting it, like initiative-wise, we're both like very much natural leaders. Like our whole life, we've been very involved how we are now. And I think we kind of just realized that our personalities work really well together. And if we're able to both be leaders and work together at the same time, like it would be a waste not to start a business together.
And then, like, people had been, like, our parents had been trying our cookies and they were like, wow, these are, like, really good.
Yeah.
And then our bake sales had been successful. And, I mean, I think we maybe had one of our mom's friends call up and be like, could I maybe get some cookies at some point? And we were like, we're going to start, like, we need to start selling these.
Okay, yeah. And y'all were telling me, so you're not in a commercial kitchen yet, but because that has that's a whole other world of,
For sure.
That's even next level. But right now y'all are doing this out of your own kitchens, out of your home, right?
Yes. So we do.
Do you ever
kind
have
of
family members going, get out of the kitchen?
Yeah.
I need to, okay, yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Especially both our parents are cooks. So our parents are like, what are you doing in here? We need the kitchen now. So we have to do a lot of rotating houses. So we'll either split up our orders to where one person does like the actual baking process in the first layer of icing and the other does details. So we'll switch those back and forth. Or we'll bake together at one kitchen and then just do everything together. So we end up doing about half and half in both kitchens, but eventually we would love to move up to a commercial kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay organized? Like, do you share a calendar? Like, do you say we have this birthday party for this and we have, how do you organize it? Because most young girls your age aren't that, I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing, especially juggling so many activities. So how do you, and then with somebody else, it's not just your own, you have another human, your business partner that's involved too. So how do you make that happen?
So we have a spreadsheet that we put all of our orders in as like soon as we can so the other person can see. And then we just have to ask each other, like, what are you doing the day that they're due? What are you doing the day before? Because if someone's busy the day they're due, they can't do details. So then it's the other person's job. And so, I mean, just talking back and forth.
Exactly. We've gotten into a pretty good system to where when one person, right when we get the order, so we'll have customers texting both of us separately just because of contacts. People give other people our contacts. So we're both getting reached out to as contacts. So right when we get an order, we put it into our spreadsheet. And then from there, we pretty quickly figure out who wants to do the details and who wants to do the cookies, or if we want to do everything together. And then we have separate spreadsheets that have all of our, like, everything we've spent, all of our expenses, all of our profit, like the total sales we've had per month. So just lots of spreadsheets, using our planners, lots like that.
This is fantastic. Okay. what is going to happen to your cookie business, because I know both of y'all are looking at going away to school. So do y'all know yet, or you just like, we'll think about that later, or what's your plan?
So we have a couple things in the works with some other young girls that we know that are like our friends' little sisters or on our sports teams that we've heard love baking, love decorating. We've been reaching out to them. Like, we want ideally 4 people actually to pass the business on to, because it's grown so much that it's like, y'all are gonna need some help.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and y'all would still maintain ownership, and you would be in a managerial role then from school. Is that
Yes.
right?
So our vision is kind of when we go to college. So starting about now, we're going to start training these younger girls to have our exact recipes and to be able to decorate the way we do. And then when we go to college, we'll pass all of the communication directly with customers to them so they can communicate with pickup and drop off and the actual baking. And then from college, we'll manage finances, marketing, just keeping track of growth and all of that. So anything that we can do remotely, we'll handle. And then they'll handle the baking process. And we've considered a couple alternatives for when we get out of college. We've thought about either passing off the managing portion to the girls that are baking and they'll then pass it down to more. So it could be like a chain where our business continues to be high school run, or we would consider us continuing to manage it and continue hiring high schoolers.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. And it's such a competitive space, right? And like we were talking when we were at the cocktail reception for Holly Thaggart when we met, it's so hard to get them to look this good and taste this good too. But it is competitive. I mean, it's a very crowded market for cookies. And I think what y'all been able to do, not just at your age, but in such a short amount of time, is combined with your age and all of your activities. It's just remarkable. And you've been recognized for your business too. And I'd love for y'all to share that with everybody listening. Tell us about the recognition y'all received.
So we applied for the Texas Business Hall of Fame Outstanding High School Entrepreneur Award, and there was interviews, filling out a form, and we were finalists, which was so awesome that, I mean, we were one of the 4 finalists. That means out of all the high school businesses in Texas, which there was a surprising amount, honestly, when I was looking.
That is a tough, yeah, it's tough.
So we were one of the 4 best ones in Texas.
Yeah, that was
big
we were
state.
excited about
That is amazing. Yeah, that's huge. And then y'all also applied to the Texas Business Hall of Fame and tell us a little bit about that.
So that award is through.
Were you telling me about the incubator? I got confused there.
Oh, okay, yes. So Incubator is a program that's national, but our high school, Alamo Heights, has a incubator program where we're basically paired with a small group and we form companies. So we loved the idea of growing Flower Street through that program, but we were placed in separate classes. So we both have separate groups and we can, I guess, each talk a little bit about our own businesses through that. So my business is Fizzy, which is an all-natural soda company that's made with all recognizable ingredients. And we placed second in pitch night and we got People's Choice Awards. So we got $9,000 to work towards growing our business, which right now we're in the process of connecting with a co-packer to large-scale manufacture.
Okay, so you're doing that and the flower business?
Correct.
I mean,
yes.
Flower Street cookie business and your basketball and your track throwing things, and you're doing all of this?
Yes, it's a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Thank you.
Okay, and Ivory, tell me about yours with Incubator.
All right, so I had initially been on the team Clever Cover, which was supposed to be a hail cover that was easy to use. So, like, I could put it on my car by myself and it would be super quick. But towards the end of the year, we realized it was going to take way more money and time than we had access to. So we pivoted, and now I do a side hustle where I create custom party banners that kind of go hand in hand with the cookie business, so I can market together. It's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Okay, are y'all going to run for office one day? Because I think y'all might just change the world. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, are y'all going to go to the same school?
We have some similar ideas. We're both applying to A&M. That's our main one that we're both liking, but we have no idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Both of
Okay, but you don't.
us, I think, are fully submitted, and so now it's just a waiting game
Exactly.
to see like where do we have the best offer.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and then y'all been working together, living next door to each other, and I'm sure y'all have the same friends and do a lot socially. Are y'all almost like sisters? Do y'all ever get crossways with each other?
A
And
little bit.
A little
I
bit.
mean, it'd be natural, right? And if
Yeah.
so, how do y'all work through that?
I think a lot of people like seeing our relationship would definitely consider it sisters. Like we're able to be very blunt with each other in everyday conversations just because we're so used to it for business. But it's so awesome because we've been able to form this core relationship where we're able to like grow together as entrepreneurs and just like as people while maintaining a really close friendship, which has been awesome.
And we're both able to give each other a lot of grace because, like, when we've had like a month of just insane amounts of orders, like May graduation season, when we're also studying for all of our finals and AP exams, we I think made like 20 dozen cookies in total,
Yeah.
which is an underestimate. And so we give each other a lot of grace, and like we're all just stressed out right now.
Yeah.
Okay, are y'all like the people that work in these cookie shops or cupcake shops? I mean, are you complete? Can you even smell cookies baking anymore?
It's
Or
like genuinely like eating a cookie after I bake it is not even rewarding anymore because I'm so like after making cookies I'm like I don't even want it because it just makes me think of like hours and hours of baking.
Also, I feel like the smell gets suffocating after
Yeah.
a while. Like the next day, I'll open up a container of cookies and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's just straight sugar.
that is so funny. Okay, so for people listening, and I think what y'all done transcends any age group because there's people my age, which is why I love doing this podcast because there's people my age, there's people y'all's age, and all ages in between who, they have a dream or a thought and they want to do it, but they're not sure. What is your advice to those women and those ladies and those young women like yourselves listening today? What is your advice to give them if they have a business plan, they want to be step out into the entrepreneur space as y'all have done? What is some advice you each could give them?
I think mine is just go for it. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work out and you learn a lot. Like, regardless, nothing is going to happen that's going to be that detrimental to where it's not worth the experience. Even just like getting a little taste of entrepreneurship is the coolest thing ever. And it's so worth it to just try out at least once in your life.
I
And
love that. Okay, and you?
as I had my incubator business that didn't succeed, like Faye said, that was just a great learning experience. I got to go through the process, which is just half the battle is knowing what to do next and like how to do it. And the other thing would be it's really great having a partner, someone to talk to, bounce off of each other, and like learn how to mediate and talk to each other and just like outside validation of your ideas a little bit from one person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and if somebody doesn't, because now you're doing, I'm assuming the spreadsheets you talked about are Excel spreadsheets, right? And some people don't even know how to do that. Like, where would you gain the foundations of running a business and starting a business if you have had zero exposure to that?
So that's exactly where we came from. I mean, we came into this as 15-year-olds with no clue as to what we were doing whatsoever. So when we started out, this is still like so crazy to me that we even did this, but we had nothing keeping track of anything. We would just get an order and we would text each other about it and we would just make it when we could. And at one point we had a snafu to where it was a big order, probably like $200 worth of cookies. And we didn't track who had been paid. So it was a month after the order and Ivory texted me, have you paid me for this? And we just didn't know. There was no record of it because we had been paid in cash. So basically we realized that we needed to fix it. So we went in to Google Docs, created the most basic documents you can imagine, and just started putting all the information we could in there. And then later that year, my aunt, who works in the financial department of a company, came and visited and showed me how to make it more legit to where we would be able to track our growth and all of that. So basically, you'll like learn from anything you do. So even if you go into it with very base level documents, just tracking what you've made and what you've bought,
it will grow as you go as a business. And then
God,
as far as like learning how to do the Excel and all the coding and stuff, one thing that's been kind of helpful is YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, very much.
okay, yeah, because it can get kind of hairy in there with the codes and the values and all. I mean, I'm always like a deer in headlights when I was starting to
Yeah.
learn that. It can be really intimidating, but you're saying just go for it, push through that. And yeah, I'm come from the school of thought that, anything worth it is going to require effort and getting uncomfortable. And it sounds like what you just said is that, right? Just getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, this is so cool. I love what y'all have done. It's just the coolest thing. And your family, your parents, your siblings, are they just so proud of y'all? I mean, they have to be.
Yes, we have great supportive families. It's been really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like it if you had an aunt in finance who came in and sat with you, and
Yeah.
it seems like y'all have got supportive families, which helps, right?
Very
Yes.
much.
Um,
Very much.
that is so
Especially
cool. Well, what? Avery?
especially them letting us use their kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're going to miss you so much when you're gone. The house isn't going to smell like cookies anymore. And I promise your parents are going to be kind of sad in the kitchen without y'all in there.
Oh, for
Yes.
sure.
It'll feel so empty to them. But I know you'll be home baking again once you're home on break.
Yes, it
Sure.
will.
Well, how can people find y'all if they want to order cookies? Will you let everybody know?
Yeah.
So our Instagram is primarily how we're found right now. It's Flower Street Cookie Co. And on it we have our phone numbers listed for orders is how we take them.
Yes.
Okay. So they can message you on Insta or they can text you with the numbers the phone numbers that you have listed there. On
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Okay. And for everybody listening, it's Flower Street Cookie Co. And it's flour like FLOUR that you use in baking, right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Okay. Well, Ivory and Faye, y'all are just amazing young women and so impressive. And I'm just going to follow y'all because this is going to be, and I don't just mean on Instagram, I mean your journeys because y'all are so impressive and inspiring. And I think it's fantastic to see young people like you that just take the bull by the horns and go for it. It's so
Thank you
cool.
so
Thank
much.
Yeah, thank y'all so much for being here. And I just wish y'all all the best. And I will hope I see y'all soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate
All right, guys. Well, it's about to be holiday time. So you're going to want to get your cookies. So make sure that you get on Instagram and reach out to Ivory and Faye. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see you next time on the She Laughs podcast. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, thank
Bye.
you.